up, my unique J's, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to do my method of butterfly locks. If you have difficulty on learning how to do it or what to do when doing it, this video might be easy for you to do. As you can see, I'm picking up this side to show you that this is where I went wrong while watching the video. So I decided, let me try my method, and that is the side of what I did to make my butterfly locks look nice. So basically what I'm starting off with is braiding off the mannequin doll hair all the way to the bottom. Now this is like a method for longer hair. You can do shorter hair the same way, but you would have to braid your own hair if it's short, then braid on a little bit of weave to make it this length, and then you could do the rest of the method the rest of the way. But I'm gonna show you that when we get closer to the end of the video. But right now I'm just gonna show you the first couple of steps. On this part, I'm showing you that I finished the braid and how long it is. And now you're probably like, why would I have it that long? That's not how it's supposed to be. So what I do is I get a crochet needle and I take the end of my braid and I just put it right through. And this helps because you can use this to bring your hair to the length that you want your hair to be. They say how you can use one side of the hair to be this length to get it there, but this is just the way I found it easier for me to do. Nobody has to do this, you know. You don't have to do this. I'm just saying, like, this is a method that I found easier for me to understand. So I pulled it to the length that I wanted it to be as the other one. And once I found out which length was better, I took my spring twist hair, make sure it was spread it out, and then I crocheted it through just like I crocheted the regular hair. After crocheting the spring twist hair in, I pull it through, and the side that you pull it through will be your shorter side. The longer side is the length you want your hair to be. The shorter side is the side you use to secure your hair. Make sure when you do this that the real hair that you pulled through stays in a place that you kept, because if it moves, it will change lengths. But anyways, what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the shorter side and I'm pulling it around super tight so that it's secure. And by the time I make it to the end, some people glue it down just to make sure it's really secure. But what I did is I just looped it around because it kind of just locked itself. That's what most spring twist hair does, is it locked itself. But if you want to make sure it's secure, you can do that. Now what I'm going to do is with the longer side, I'm doing the same method, but I'm going to show you the method of how to make the bubble look when you do it. So you put your thumb through like that, and you make sure you go all the way back around again. When you make it around, you go over your thumb. And then once you make it around again to your thumb, you take your thumb out. And then you just go under. So basically, you just continue. Then I'm going to show you again. You can either continue twice, or you can go around once and then do the thumb method again, or you can go around 3 times and then do the thumb method. But this is how I did my thumb method. So before I make it to the end, I'm going to just explain to you what I did. After I get close to the end, I'm going to make sure I loop it around close enough to the end so that when I get to the end, I'm just gonna bend it over. So you could put your thumb there and do the butterfly little lock down there, but I just bent it up and it kind of made a butterfly lock down there, so I just did it that way. So I'm gonna show you closer when it gets to that part. But yeah, I just took that end, made sure I twisted it super close to the end. I bent the end up, and then I continue to go around it and cover it, and then it did the little lock. So that's how I just locked the bottom to make it get that little lock, even though I didn't use my thumb. But it still made sort of kind of the butterfly lock at the end. On the next one, I'm going to just show you like the full process again, just so you can get another insight on how I did it, just in case the first one I did wasn't clear enough. So I'm just taking down this this third one that I messed up on, and I'm going to redo it just so you can see the steps over again and see what I mean by the steps that I take. This part you can see that I took down a braid and I was going to redo it to make sure it was tighter and to show from the beginning of how I did it. In this part I was also trying to demonstrate what you could do if you have shorter hair. In my case, if you have shorter hair, all you gotta do basically is you could do the same method, just get a little bit of weave, probably like a pencil size amount of weave. You could put it on there and braid it all the way through and then just do the same method. So that's basically all that I'm showing right now. Since we're starting the process over again, I'm just going to explain what to do briefly. So what you do is you section your hair into 3 pieces, and you make sure when you braid it all the way through that you grip it super, well, not too tight, but just good enough to where it's not loose, because your butterfly locks will depend on how sturdy or how tight your part is. So your part really matters. It's what's holding the butterfly lock together. So right now, I'm just basically explaining what to do if you have shorter hair. But since I explained that already, you can just skip that part and just watch the rest. So what I'm doing for the couple of seconds left is braiding it all the way to the end, making sure I got to the end of the hair. And when I get to the end, I'm just going to get my crochet needle, crochet the end of the hair through, and then the spring twist, and then we'll get to the next part. Since we didn't finish braiding the hair, what we're going to do is stick the crochet needle through the part and get the end of the hair and pull it through. Once you pulled it through, make sure to measure how long you want it to be. Now, if you already got a couple braids in already, just make sure to measure the hair as long as the other braids. Once you done measured it to make sure it's as long as those, put your crochet needle in through again and put your spring twist on the crochet needle and pull it through. Make sure you fluff out your spring twist, because if you don't, it's going to take a long time to get that out the way. So make sure you fluff it out and make sure it's, all the way fluffed out for when you get ready to pull it through. Now that you crocheted the spring twist hair through the part, you're going to make sure to measure it. Make sure the longer side is the length you want and the shorter side is the amount you're going to use to grip the top of the braid. Right now I'm taking the shorter hair and I'm gripping it around. I'm making sure I get a good grip so it's super secure when I put it on. And while wrapping it, remember to start close to the part and then move your way out. When you start with your length, you can either start at the end of where you ended your smaller length, or you can probably start over on top of your gripping part. But it doesn't really matter. You know, you can start wherever you feel is right to start. What I'm doing now is the bubble look method. I'm going to put my thumb through, make sure to put it all the way around, go over, and then move my thumb, and then continue. Or go under, as I like to say. So remember, put your thumb there, go all the way around, go over, then go under. Well, move your thumb, then go under. And you just continue this process till you make it to the end. Once you make it to the end, what you're gonna do is just make sure you just go fully around so you make it close enough to the end. And remember my method that I do to make the lock at the end. Instead of doing it around my thumb, I sort of kind of just bend it up and then just use the rest of the hair that's left and just use it to tie it around the end of the hair. I know that's really difficult to like understand, but that's why I'm trying to demonstrate it slowly in the video so that you can see what I'm doing. Like I said earlier in the video, a lot of people like to use glue to secure, but since in spring twist, sometimes it locks itself, so it's really optional. Anyways, this was my method on how to do butterfly locks. This is an easy method if you're a beginner. So if you like this, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching my video.